Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm very excited to share with you all the bike that I bought for doing my first ever track day. I'm not going to drag this out, I'm going to get straight into it, so who got it right? Let's have a little look. So here's my new track bike, and I am honestly over the moon with this thing. It is such a gorgeous looking bike. And what bike is it? It's a Honda Fireblade 2004 with a full Repsol Marc Marquez 93 livery all over the bike. It's been hand painted by Rapier Works in Hull, and this is an incredible looking bike. It really is an incredible looking bike, and unfortunately the battery's goosed, so I wanted to go for a ride today. It's all insured, just need to tax it, but the battery's knackered. I've had it on a battery tender all night and it's just not having it, so I've ordered a new battery. It's coming today with Amazon, so fingers crossed if it arrives, I'll be able to get out for a ride on it today. But you know what it's like when you get a new bike, you just want to get out on the road. So this bike was supplied by the guys at Miles Kingsport in Hull. So when I went to Andy, who's the managing director at Miles Kingsport, I told him what I was planning to do this year with regards to doing some track days. And bear in mind, I've never done track days. I've been a road rider for quite a few years, but never done track for various reasons. But that aside, I gave Andy the brief of what I was looking for, and it was either a 600RR or a 1000RR, either or. I know these bikes really well. I've got a 954, I've had 3 new Fireblades, and I've still got a current 2025 Honda Fireblade. I love the Fireblade. I think it's perfect bike for track. So a 600 potentially might be a little bit easier to learn on track, but I'm not going to be flying it. And this 2004 Fireblade is leaps and bounds ahead of the 954. It's got lots and lots of new technology. By modern standards, it's old technology, but back then in 2004, it's got a lot of great technology. One thing I probably dislike about the 954 Fireblade is it's a good thing for track, but on the road it's not so good because it's quite a lightweight bike, and if you open the bike up a little bit, the front end gets extremely light, and I have had a few occasions where I've had a bit of a wobble on the front end, which brings me to talk about this bit of kit here, the Honda electronic steering damper, which back in 2004 this thing was quite revolutionary. Now, as we know, loads of modern superbikes have electronic rider aids, but this 2004 was seriously advanced back in the day. So Honda called this a HESD, which stands for Honda Electronic Steering Damper. So if you don't know what a steering damper is, it helps to stop the handlebars shaking violently, or in the 954 case, if the front end becomes a little bit light when you're giving it some. But the trouble with older systems, they're more mechanical, and at slow manoeuvring speeds, they always feel, and they do, feel heavy. But Honda made this one electronic. So at low speeds it stays light and the bike feels agile, easy to steer. Then as the speed increases, it automatically adds more damping to keep the bike stable. And remember, this was over 20 years ago. At the time, this was proper cutting edge technology on a production superbike. And it's one of the reasons this generation of Fireblade still feels so modern to ride today. But that Repsol paint job, it's honestly, it's next level. It really is. And we all agreed, we thought that looked a little bit too nice to send down track because, don't know, it just looks too nice. But that's what it's been bought for. It's been bought for track. Obviously these are not original fairings, they are aftermarket fairings that have been painted because Honda never did a Repsol inspired bike like this. So if you ever see a bike like this on the road, it's almost certainly aftermarket kit that's been painted. So what's there to do on the bike? We've got not a lot really. Need a new battery, so I've had the seat off this morning, checked the battery, it's knackered, so definitely need a new battery, and that's coming later on today. But the bike, it's in very, very clean example. It really is in very clean condition. What else have we got? So we've got a Dominator exhaust, which sounds wicked. So there's your Öhlins rear shock. That's an upgrade. Probably you'd be looking at maybe about £800–900 for that nowadays. So I'm not sure how old that is. I can't really date it. So that's a company in Hull that painted it. I think it was a guy called Clive from Rapier Paints in Hull. And then it's got, I'm not sure whether it's a complete replica of a Marc Marquez, but it's pretty close. I've had a look at some of the pictures, and listen guys, if I could ride this bike even 1% of Marc Marquez's capability, just 1% of his mega talent, I will be a very happy man. They've got lovely painted orange wheels, got the Michelin logo, Red Bull on the front, that iconic number there, 93, Puig, and it's all been done properly. These stickers and these decals have been lacquered over, so there's nothing to peel off. It's been a proper job. HRC, and we've got the Red Bull along the bottom as well. Michelin, I think that is, yeah, that is a sticker. So the Michelin is a sticker, but all these here, these are they're either painted or stickers, but they've been, that's a sticker, I can feel it. That feels like paint because it's really flat, but super, it's got a slight raise on it. So they've been lacquered over, so all this has been painted. The frame's in excellent order, it really is. Tyres are new. Chain looks in good order. Discs at the front. They're new, well they look new. And the Takiko pots, they've either been refurbished and painted to an excellent high standard, or they've just not been used. Dash is lovely, so clean, no scratches on it at all. But overall, rear hugger's nice. It looks real close to that tyre. But that's how it is. But I'm really keen to get it out on the road just for a bit of a test ride, really, because I've not ridden the bike, and set the suspension, get all the sag and everything set up. I do want to, I mean, whoever's built this bike has put some thought and love into it, and they obviously like playing with the suspension, because you don't put a £800 Öhlins rear shock on just for fun, do you? So I'm wondering if the front springs have been upgraded as well, because they seem quite firm. But definitely get this all set up. But just look at it, look at the paint. Absolutely gorgeous. It is so nice. It really is. Bravo, and hats off to Rapier Paints in Hull for doing an absolutely top job. As you can tell, I'm definitely happy about it, and I love Honda. There was other options on the table that I was looking at, but I thought it's just got to be Honda. It's just got to be a Honda. So first track day this month I've got booked with some friends, and Cadwell is definitely a technical track, especially if you've not done a track day before. But I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to be going and sending it at 150 mile an hour round the corners. Well, I don't think I am anyway, but we'll have to just wait and see till we get there on the day. I'm quite excited about the mountain section of Cadwell. When you watch the BSB and you see them boys flying over there at whatever speed they're doing and taking off, I'm not sure whether I'll bottle it or just send it. I don't know. You'll have to drop a comment. What should I do? Bottle it or send it on the mountain? Let me know. So once again, big thanks to Andy and all the team at Miles King Sport in Hull for sourcing this gorgeous bike. It really is a really beautiful bike. History-wise, it's not been used much. We're trying to figure it out between the sort of like the service documentation and the MOT history. So the bike has moved very little in the last 7 years. It's maybe done sort of 10-15 miles per year, which I'm guessing is to ride to MOT station. So I think this has been a project for somebody, and I don't know him personally, but I know the guy who owned this previously. Maybe he's just possibly a little bit older now and maybe found this sort of style of riding a little bit too aggressive. Whether the intention was always to buy the bike, kit it out and then sell it, we won't know, will we? Unless this was your bike, and if it was, drop a comment and let me know. But I'd be interested to know the history of the bike. But mechanically, it is sound. It's done about 25,000 miles. The engine is sweet as a nut. It sounds great. There's no clutch, judder, rattle, nothing. It just sounds absolutely superb. So you can just tell by looking at the bike, it's been a real cared for and loved machine. It really has. And it'll certainly be cared for and loved for in my possession. And just hopefully it all goes well on track, because I want to try and keep this looking as it is, because it's gorgeous. But we've got to go do these track days and we've got to try these things, because before I know it, I'll be 70 and might not probably want to do track days. I'm 53 this year in August, so don't forget my birthday, August the 19th. Gifts gratefully received for mid-bike crisis. I'm only joking. So yeah, I'm 53 in August. I don't know where the time's gone. The time's just flown by, absolutely flown by. So I want to do these track days and, you know, really enjoy the biking, because I absolutely adore riding bikes on the road. I'm passionate about it. I just love motorbikes, all of them. In fact, when I was in Miles Kingsport the other day, inspecting this and having a look just before giving the proper green light, there was one of them little Honda monkeys, and I thought, oh, I could do with a little monkey, Honda monkey. If you've got a monkey, tell me what you think to them. Are they a cool thing? I think they look absolutely wicked. I really like the Honda monkey. So I'm excited to get this out on track. Obviously it's going to be documented. It's going to be my first track day. So that's going to look absolutely wicked on track, and it's going to be an absolute blast to ride. I know it is. So that's the new track bike. So it's a bit of a journey really, you know, from complete novice on track to hopefully half decent track rider. I do plan to get quite a few track days in this year. If you look back on the channel, you see I bought a horse box trailer that sort of turned into a little bit of disaster and a bit more additional cost that I didn't think about. That's going to be my track bike trailer. So have a look back and you'll have a laugh when you see what I've had to do to the trailer to get it stable and, you know, properly roadworthy, let's say. So, but that's the new bike, and that's the track bike. Like I said earlier, I have insured it and it will be taxed, so I do want to go have a little play on the road as well, but primarily this has been bought for track. And if you want to hear what it sounds like and rides like, come back on Sunday at 3 o'clock, because I'll have a ride video once I get the battery on. Once Amazon knock on the door later on today, battery's going on that, and I'm going to go out for a blast and do a first ride review on the track bike. So that'll be something to look forward to on Sunday. But for now, thank you for watching, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guessed the bike correctly. There were some great comments actually, but it was either, I made it easy for you, didn't I, because I said it's a Honda. So it was either a 600 RR or a 1000 RR Fireblade. So it is what it is. That's the new bike for the channel, and that's the new track bike. So hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Come back on Sunday for the first ride review. Ride safe, spread love, and I'll catch you all soon.